Hi, Divine Feminines. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. You're doing well. I'm a little late this week just because being a small business owner, yesterday was Small Business Saturday. I have been working my ass off this week, so this is the first time I've had time to sit down with you guys. So I hope you're not too upset that I missed our Friday. It's still going to be every Friday. I'm going to do feminine and masculine reading. I'll be adding more readings as soon as I get my shop kind of settled. I just redid my entire shop and I'm adding a bunch of new products, so my focus is on that right now. If you want to check out my new website, I'm going to put it in the description. I did 3 blog posts. One on how to protect yourself if someone has been doing dark work on you, dark magic. This comes up a lot in my readings. I get a lot of questions about this. So I did an article on my best advice on what steps I would take to protect myself. That is up. I have a blog post on eclipse energy. So tomorrow is the lunar eclipse. It's a very powerful manifesting portal, also exhausting time for empaths. So I explain how to best harness this energy and how to stay sane. And I also did another post on how to begin a spiritual practice. So my essentials in my practice, what I buy again and again, what I need to have in stock at all times, and I explain how to use them. So everything is super user friendly. I have some of my charcoal going with my incense. So today I'm using my psychic visions and my helpful spirits. Since today is Sunday, I want to work with my ancestors. You can use these as offerings. I have a fairy offering too, so you can either burn these or just use these as an offering. They're different herbal combinations. So psychic visions is good for divination. It's also good for astral travel and dream recall. And this one also will protect against spiritual attacks too. Helpful spirits is good for working with ancestors or, before divination as well, if you want to pull in your spirit guides. This one is protective as well, so it will ward against negative spirits. So those are available now, $11 with the added charcoal is $13.50. My scrubs and another bath product will be available tomorrow, as well as my sprinkling powders. The sprinkling powders will be $5. I haven't figured out the price. Well, I know what the price is going to be, but I'm not solid on it yet, so I'll let you guys know when it's posted. Yeah, got a lot going on, guys. I think that's it. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers and for all the support. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much. I'm really happy to be able to be more regular on here, and I hope to be able to do more readings for you guys. Also, if you want to book a personal reading, that's on my website as well. So we're just going to pull some cards, feminines, and see what you guys have going on this week. Connect to your energy. I am connecting to ancestors. So I didn't do an ancestor reading today, but might have some ancestor messages come through. So we'll see. What do the feminines need to know, Spirit? Can I get a card for the feminines? Thank you. When we were hurt, we felt that love was somehow diminished or damaged, but hurt has nothing to do with love, and love is unaffiliated with and unaffected by pain. Ego was hurt, not love. Love is divine. It is everywhere, ever present and abundant and free. That's a good message for divine feminines. I take this as this is more in relation to your masculine, learning how to let go of feeling hurt by your ego, understanding that it was never that your masculine didn't love you or was, choosing karmics over you. It was more so that was their spiritual journey. They needed to learn those lessons through the karmics, as well as, you learning your lessons through the karmics and your twin. So going from a place of being afraid to love again, afraid to open up again, because you're afraid of love, understanding that love is God, love is abundant, love is divine. It was never that love that hurt you. It was the absence or fear of love. It's not that your masculine never loved you. It was that they were afraid of their love for you, and they were also afraid of your feminine energy because of their feminine energy wounds inside themselves. It's your spiritual job. Twin flames are not soulmates. It's a much more powerful and divine connection. So there is a lot more at work. It is not like a soulmate where, you meet and you connect and everything is smooth sailing. It's very chaotic. There are karmics in the mix. There's a lot that goes against the connection, but it's really to teach you and everyone that the twins, because you are here to lift the vibration of the planet. So you're not only here to show each other how much you love each other, you're meant to change the views on love with everyone around you. So, you know, you're meant to kind of disrupt what your family thinks love is, and you're meant to disrupt what your friends think love is, because they will watch you overcome all of these obstacles and come together and have a very sacred and divine love that comes with a powerful manifesting power. So you are going, people will see, you know, there won't be any way to doubt that God is real with the twin flame connection. Okay, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Starseed, what lights you up? Can we get one more for the feminine, please? No. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. Fill up your well, retreat, rest, refuel. So I kind of talk about this in my eclipse energy. Go read those posts, guys. They're really helpful. It's information I wish I would have got when I was first awakening. So if you're pretty far along in your spiritual practice, you know, do you, but if you're kind of new to this and you're struggling a little bit, go check those out. It will maybe help you. The first thing that I recommend when going through ascension periods, especially eclipses are like really intense energy, are self-care. And by self-care, I mean like take naps if you need to. You know, I really wanted to get this reading out yesterday on Saturday, and I planned to stay up late. But I was like, no, I need to sleep. I think I went to sleep at like 7 or 8. I went to sleep super early last night because I just needed rest. I mean, I woke up every few hours and like got worked in between, but I decided to choose myself and take some time to rest, which is important during ascension times because we have really powerful light energy that shines down on earth. And it irritates low vibrational people that aren't willing to heal. If, you know, you have to consent. Low vibrational devil energy is overpowering, you know, dominating. God energy, divine energy needs your consent. That's why your spirit guides struggle sometimes to help people if you're just not, you won't connect to them and you won't listen to them because you handicap them to be able to help you. You really have to ask God to help you. You have to ask your spirits to lead you. I talked about this on my Instagram as well as my Twitter. The first thing I do in the morning, I pray. I try to pray first thing in the morning. I try to pray at night, and then I try to do meditations, and that's not every day. But that's best case scenario when I'm on my best behavior. That's what I do. But I always pray. I always pray no matter what. Meditation is sometimes something that goes on the back burner, but I always pray. And my main prayer that I do, and I've done this since I was a kid, and it has really helped shape me and lead me and help me find peace in my life, because anyone that knows me personally, I make it seems chaotic to others. I have switched careers a couple times. I kind of like get new like hobbies or crafts that I get really focused on for short periods, and then I'm on to something else, and it seems chaotic to others. I get that a lot, especially from like relatives, from parents, you know, that I need to settle down and figure out what I want to do and focus on one thing. But I see my life as a journey, and I always have. And my prayer that I always ask of God, and that helps me find peace and, you know, all the struggles I find in life, is that I ask God to use me and lead me in God's will and what is the best, you know, for all, what would be the highest good for all. And I ask that because as we get stuck in our ego, we can get focused on what I want and what's best for me. And, you know, feeling hurt by your masculine, especially, you can get in that ego feeling of, you know, well, they hurt me, my masculine hurt me, So I am going to date somebody else to hurt them back. Or, you know, if they come back to me and they want my help with something, I'm just going to ignore them, or I'm going to remind them. And, you know, there's a difference between holding somebody accountable and like rubbing their nose in something. And our ego can kind of make us want to hurt others that have hurt us, to hurt others that remind us even of people that have hurt us. You know, that's a big thing in twin flame relationships. The masculine will take out his wounds around feminine energy onto his feminine, and vice versa. The feminine will, you know, the masculine will take on the energies that you feel towards masculine energy. So they'll take on those roles in your life. And all of it is really ego-based, and the core of your spiritual journey is dissolving your ego. I don't know where I was going with that. Where was that? What was I talking about, guys? I just went off on a channeling. I've explained this. What channeling is I'm connecting to my guides, and I act as like a conduit to them, from like them to you, bringing you messages. So my consciousness will connect to different higher timelines and messages from them, and I will just start like kind of yammering a little bit. But it's messages from them. So sometimes I lose the connection, and then I'm kind of lost as to what I was talking about. So if you're familiar with channeling, if you watch other tarot readers, not all tarot readers have spiritual gifts. Some of them just read tarot and then kind of, you know, use it, like the ones that, well, I won't get into it. There are a lot of fake readers. There are a lot of people that read tarot and kind of sensationalize it and pretend like they get these dreams, and they're really taking from other readers what the other readers are saying, or, you know, they're just completely making it up, and it's more so for views. But there are plenty of readers that I really like. If you guys want to know some of the readers that I like, let me know. I can point you in the right directions of the ones that I get a good energy from. Something I have noticed, people that can genuinely channel get itchy when they read. I don't know what it is. You can get hot sometimes when Archangel Michael is around you, because he is the power of the sun. So I get flushed. When you can see my face, I'll get red when I'm like deep channeling. But also I get itchy, like I'll scratch my nose a lot or my arms, and I have noticed other readers that I can feel are very talented and genuine do the exact same thing. I don't know what it is. Especially like noses. They'll scratch their noses a lot, which I do. Anyways, this is another one of those where I'm just kind of going off on tangent, guys. I hope you guys can follow me. Anyways, filling up your well, taking time to rest. Yeah, underneath, break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You're breaking generational curses. You're breaking ancestral chains that have held your ancestors back. So whether this be, you know, they if you have like indigenous people's blood within you, if you have like Celtic, these types of African, these communities, you know, Mexican, Aztecs, they were communities that were very spiritual and feminine and, you know, community based, and had like shaman and spiritual leaders that, you know, kind of helped make decision with the chiefs. And then the colonizers came in and used a very masculine energy of domination and control, and used religion to kind of destroy those communities and take control of them so that they could take their resources. So part of that was making it to where they weren't able to practice their religions. You know, in the Celtic regions, they were told, you know, one of the highest gods was the horned god, you know, Pan, Cernunnos. That's one of the most ancient gods that there was worshipped, and it was a god of, you know, Cernunnos is a god of like fertility and the wild and your connection to nature. So when the colonizers came in and took over and used religion to do that, they intentionally made the devil look like Cernunnos. And they did this because by doing this, they could say, if you worship Cernunnos, if you worship the gods and goddesses and deities of your ancestors, you will be killed sometimes, you know, you're a witch, you're going to be burned at the stake. So people, that's why like in African, a lot of Yoruba people with African ancestry, that their ancestors, you know, were from the Nigeria area that practiced Yoruba, a lot of that was lost. And because of that, I'm not a historian, guys, this is just from what I've learned. The slaves that were taken, because that's where the slaves were taken, is the Nigeria, Congo area. When the slaves were taken, the ones that were taken directly to America lost their connection to Yoruba because it was a spoken religion. It was handed down through ancestors. When they arrived in America, they weren't allowed to speak it anymore. They were forced into Christianity. So the ones that came directly from Africa, most of them, you know, those ancient traditions and stories were lost. So we get a lot of the stories about Yoruba came from the Caribbean, and that's because they were settled by the Spanish. And, you know, they were Catholic, and in Catholicism, they worship saints as well. So that is why we know of the Yoruba Orishas through Santeria. And because of this, they all have connections to saints, Catholic saints. And that was because the slaves there were able to hide their worship of the Orishas by associating them with the saints. So rather than, you know, saying, oh, I'm worshiping, and that's why I have a problem. Somebody tell me, if anybody knows, if you know how would somebody in the Nigeria, Congo area pronounce Ogun? Because I talked about this in my Ancestry DNA. I did do that, guys. I'm going to do a follow-up. I'm doing the 23andMe also because I want to compare, but that's coming soon, probably like within a month or so. I'll do an update on that. I talked about my ancestry and how I found out that I have African ancestry, but a year before I found that out, I had connected with Ogun. I knew that he was a guide of mine, but because I wasn't aware that I had African ancestry, I didn't really work with him. So I did a little bit because he reached out to me, and I talked about it in that video. But I am not as connected with the pronunciation of Ogun as I am with Ogun, because in a lot of the spiritual like worship songs that I listen to, it's pronounced more of like a Ogun. And I feel like because it's Ogu or Ogun in Santeria, and I feel like that is because it is taking on that more of a Spanish pronunciation. So if somebody could let me know if it's still pronounced Ogun in Yoruba land, that area, I would like to know that. If somebody knows, or somebody knows somebody that knows, if you could let me know, because if it is Ogun in that area, I will pronounce it. But my ancestry is from the Congo area, so I am not connected to Santeria, you know what I mean? Anyways, 4 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles. Guys, I am really like, we gotta focus on these cards. This is messages coming through. It's gonna be that way today because I told you guys that I did the spirits and sense, so I'm connecting more with my ancestors, which is why I'm going off on tangents about the Orishas a little bit. Anyways, guys, I have in my candles. I hope this is still a helpful reading. I'm so sorry it's gonna be all over the place. I'm very tired. I'm doing a lot right now. I still hope that this is helpful. These are still messages coming through. It's just a little bit chaotic and not as connected. I will focus more on the cards. But if you have African ancestry, if you know that your ancestors, not all Africans worshipped the Orishas. That is central to Nigeria, Yoruba land, those neighboring countries there. But that is where the slaves, the bulk of the slaves were taken. So there is a good chance if you are Black that part of your ancestry is from that area, and you would have ancestors that would have worshipped the Orishas. If so, I make an Ogun, Ogu candle for a clear cutting. What he does in his folklore, we still have stories. We still have some of the stories, the Orisha stories that were passed down are still kept today, because obviously, you know, the Nigerian people, there is Yoruba land where people still worship that religion, but also through Santeria, you know, those stories have been passed down, and they were kind of disguised as stories about the saints, you know, but that was a way for the slaves to continue practicing their religion, but hiding it under Catholicism. Anyways, Ogun is, he is a hunter, and he carries a machete, and he is known for clear cutting. So that was his role, as when he came to Earth with the other Orishas, you know, it was just fertile land that was overgrown because humans weren't on Earth. So what Ogun did is he made a machete, and then he clear cut and made a path for the Orishas to go. So that is, you know, his origin story there. So he is used to clear cut the way towards your goals. So if you've been experiencing a lot of blockages, a lot of dark magic, a lot of enemies in your way, that is a good candle to get, especially if you have African ancestry, to help clear the way. So anyways, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? This is important as a feminine energy, because people want to take from you, and feminines are givers. That is, you know, feminines are the creators, we're nurturers, we are givers. And masculine energy, when leaning toxic, you know, when in a divine energy, a masculine will protect and provide for and care for and worship, not in a like sacrilegious way, not in a like that's his God, but he will understand, a divine masculine, he or she will understand that you are their co-creator, and you are to be cherished, you know, you are to be taken care of, you are to be considered just as much as them, and how, you know, they aren't able to create without you, because the feminine is the creator. The masculine, you know, plans, makes the way, leads, but the feminine is really the creative one that puts everything together. So both are needed. As a feminine energy and a low vibration, you can lean towards codependency, where you give and give and give and give. And that can happen a lot with your masculine, because you love your masculine. You know, you twins are, it's a love at first sight. It's a love before you even met. You know, your twin flame is part of your spirit team, their higher self. So you have known your twin, you know, in every past life. In every life, you've known them, even if they haven't incarnated with you, they've been a guide of yours. And you've had, probably since childhood, had dreams with your masculine or feminine. Obviously, you didn't know what they looked like yet, but you could feel their energy. They've been a part of your spirit team, so you've connected to their energy your whole life, you know. It's a familiar feeling, so and a lot of twins have this feeling that, like, they're missing something. Like, you don't feel like you're at home anywhere, and that's common with star seeds as well, is, you know, you're not an earthbound soul. You're from another planet, and you've come here to help move the earth into the 5D. This is if you're unawakened or you don't believe in this stuff, you know, take what resonates. But this is, you know, deeper level stuff. You have known your feminine, you have known your masculine every lifetime. You know, they are you. They're part of you. They always will be. Even if you're with a karmic, you can't sever that tie ever. You know, a karmic will never compare. A soulmate won't compare. That's why you can try to move on from your masculine or feminine, but if it's your true twin flame, there is an eternal cord that connects the two of you. there are false twins, and you will often, if you are a true twin, you will often meet a false twin that will take on your twin's persona in a way, and it's sent by devil energy to stop you from meeting your real twin, because meeting your twin, coming into union, drastically raises the vibration of the planet, and darker forces, reptilian people, narcissists, psychopaths, they don't want us to go into a higher dimension, because it'll be community. So people won't be able to hoard wealth like they do. They won't be able to hide behind these masks. They won't be able to flash money or diamonds in your face and get you to like believe that they're a good person. You know, you won't be able to, they won't be able to hide behind those illusions and glamour and spells that they've been able to hide behind. You know, we're raising more into a godly vibration where your karma is instant. People can see who you are, you know. The money and resources are spread around the people, and you act in what's in best interest of all. So that type of living is not favored by dark people that are bad people that use others. You know, that type of lifestyle that's destroying the earth right now, it's not sustainable, and it won't, it won't be able, you know, it's gonna be, it will be destroyed inch by inch. You know, the fight's not over, but we are in New Earth now, and there will be, you know, step, getting rid of Trump, you know, getting rid of the concentration camps that are on the border right now, taking step. You know, Trump appointed John Kerry onto his climate change I don't know, board. He's created a position that deals with climate change for the first time ever. You know, these small baby steps will, you know, it'll be a snowball effect. And a lot of that energy momentum will be propelled by twin flame unions. So karmics are doing what they can to stop it. It comes from an ego sense to them, because they're not awakened, and they don't know that, because they are so low vibrational and, you know, just constantly having random sex and engaging in drugs. You know, they are so overcome by entities, they can't even think for themselves. They don't even know what they want. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just completely, it's like an animalistic impulse, and that's because they are controlled. Anyways, you need to have boundaries in place with your masculine, because when you meet your masculine, they feel this too, but they have a harder time admitting it, because they're disconnected from their spiritual side, because they're disconnected from their feminine energy. It's love at first sight. You know, you feel an instant type of connection. You feel an instant, I've known this person before. It's not like with a narcissist where they, you know, groom you over a period of time to convince you, you know, after learning about you, after studying you, they then morph. It's like an instant, I know this person. This is the person I've been looking for. You know it, but then the fears take hold and the ego takes hold, and that is really because you get propelled on a spiritual journey there. So, you know, the masculine's journey is really learning how to come into his feminine energy, learning how to respect. You know, if it's a heterosexual, I've talked about this before, take it as it applies. Learning how to trust feminine energy, learning how to respect feminine energy, learning the importance of feminine energy, unconditioning themselves through this. You know, you want to be a man, you have to be a player, you have to make a bunch of money, you have to treat women like shit, you know, like that type of, like, that's what a man is, that they're kind of taught from a young age. They have to unlearn that. And the feminines have to learn how to step into their masculine energy, how to stop allowing people to push them around and use them and kind of use their good-heartedness against them. So, you know, I take this as the feminine is really setting her boundaries here. The Four of Cups and then the Three of Crystals, which is Three of Coins, came out. So Four of Cups is rejection. Three of Pentacles, coins, crystals is like foundations. So you are rejecting things that aren't part of what you want to manifest into this new life. You are breaking these ancestral chains of, you know, codependency. Maybe in your life, the women, you know, Thanksgiving dinner. The women do all the cooking, the women do all the cleaning, the men sit and watch football. You know, they wait for the food to be done. They go grab a plate. Half the time the women make the plate for them. And then when they're done, they throw their dishes. And the women, you know, the women have to do everything and the men don't help at all. And, you know, it started from a young age. I remember being little and the little girls needed to be in the kitchen learning how to cook and helping. And the little boys would be playing, you know, Game Boy and watching the game, and they wouldn't need to help at all. And that is, you know, very toxic in our culture today, where, you know, you need 2 incomes to really survive. So it's not like, you know, back in the day where women were at home and they weren't allowed to work, because, you know, some women want to work. It's good to make your own money. You know, not all, there are plenty of women that want to be homemakers and want to be stay-at-home moms, and that is respectable. You know, I'm not saying anything about that, but I'm saying there was a point in time where women were not allowed to work. Men were the sole breadwinners. So women naturally took care of the home and the children and did all the cooking because the man was away at work. Which still, you know, that's a round-the-clock job. That's not a like 8 to 5 when your husband gets off work, you're off duty. You know, that's a everyday full-time. So my personal feeling is, even if you are in that position, the man still needs to be, you know, helping around the house. They live there too. It's very much how I feel. But, you know, traditionally that's how things were. And that is an ancestral pattern that still plagues us today. And although women are working, women are statistically more educated than men now, have higher degrees, more often have higher degrees than men. Men are still paid more, and they are far less responsible around the house. You know, a lot of men don't even know how to cook. A lot of men don't even know how to do their own laundry. They don't know how to clean. You know, it's basic human like life skills that you should be taught. They don't know how to do it, and they rely on a woman to do it. And as a woman, as a caretaker, as a nurturer, when you love something, you want to take care of it. And that's kind of what we've been taught, is that you should, but where are the boundaries? If I am the breadwinner, if I am the one working, why am I still coming home and doing all the cleaning and the cooking and you just sit around all day? That doesn't make any sense. And why are you still seen as more valuable than me when I'm the more educated and I'm the harder worker? So this is kind of it's a time of rest and getting ready to go into this new cycle with this eclipse. And self-care is really important right now, especially with the water here. Take some spiritual baths if you can. I explain how I do spiritual baths and what I use in my 10 spiritual essentials, my top 10 things I can't live without. It's in my description. So check that out if you don't know how to take a spiritual bath and you want some tips. I give plenty of different tips of how to do that. But yeah, you are putting boundaries in place here and standing up for yourself. So you're coming into your masculine energy of what direction do I want to take in life? What goals do I want to pursue? Here are like easy to reach steps of me how to do that. And who do I need to cut off here? What do I need to reject in my life that is not in alignment with these new foundations I am setting in my life? That's positive. Can I get one card, please? Yeah, the eye here. Following your intuition, and then the tree. So again, with the foundations here, with the tree, this is ancestors. This is the foundations in your life. You are taking a second look at what these roles you've been taught through your ancestors that you need to take, and you are setting boundaries as what doesn't serve you anymore. Good. That's really good. Bottom of the deck is 8 of Cups. You're walking away from what's no longer serving you towards your 2 of Cups. What would really make you happy? What would fill up your well? With Saturn here, Saturn moves from Capricorn into Aquarius on the 17th, which is going to be a major transit. If you have a Capricorn Saturn, if your Saturn is in Capricorn, or if your Saturn is in Aquarius, you need to pay special attention to that, because, you know, the Capricorn Saturns are coming out of your Saturn return, and the Aquarius ones are going into your Saturn return. So that's going to affect your life. If you want some help on that, you can let me know. I might do like a blog post or something about it. Anyways, so starseed, what lights you up? I am a mess today, guys. Sorry. I want to like actually talk about this card a little bit before I get into the tarot. So starseed. Also Saturn again, and then Jupiter here. Saturn, Jupiter conjunct on the 21st of December. 12, 21 are mirror numbers. I talked about this in, I believe, my one of the last readings, either feminine or masculine. I don't remember. It's a major conjunction, guys, that has not happened since the 1600s. Before that conjunction, we were more feminine society, like I was talking about earlier, having the communities where you would support your community, you would, barter, you would watch out for your neighbor, it was more like village life where there were strong spiritual connections, women were the leaders of a lot of these tribes, women were the elders, the ones that were sought after. There would usually be a high priestess in the tribe, one that would kind of give predictions and let the, elders of the tribe or village know that, hey, this is coming up, or I saw this in a dream, and they would actually listen to her. They they would have shaman and medicine people that, if you were sick, they was taken more as there was an imbalance of your spiritual nature, of your aura, of your chakras, rather than let's take you to the doctor and pump you full of, pharmaceuticals that are expensive and more so just mask the symptoms and not really actually find the true cause of what's going on. So this conjunction is going to flip that backwards. We are going to head more into a society that is more balanced with feminine energy, where God is able to come back down to earth because God is a feminine energy. God is not a man in the sky. God is an energy of unconditional love and creation. Creation is a feminine energy, not masculine. Masculine is determination, leadership, a fire energy. Feminine energy is creation, is flow, is intuition. God is connected to feminine energy. God is not a man. Hate to break it to these misogynists. I tweeted this morning. It's not a man. It's not a man. It's an energy, but that energy is feminine, and that is why we need feminine energy back on earth. That's why we need these divine feminines to lead the way and, not accept these gender roles that have been, around for hundreds of years to suppress women and make women feel like they're servants and, they're a rib rather than a full person. Starseeds are from different planets. So, there are human-bound souls that spend the majority of their reincarnations on Earth. There are starseeds, which just means that you're from a different planet, you're from a different galaxy. You can look up the symptoms, the signs and symptoms that you're a starseed. Usually you have a greater mission. As a child, you tend to be rebellious. You question gender roles. You question, authority. You feel like you're here to shake things up. You have a strong mission. And you long for home, and you can never seem to find it. There are different types of starseeds. With this here, there are a certain type of starseeds that originated on kind of like a mermaid. This sounds crazy, guys. This is as you go on your spiritual journey, as you awaken, stranger things have happened than that. You can look into lizard people, the Martian people, the toxic masculinity, where they originate from. There are a set of starseeds that originated from a water-based planet where they were kind of like mermaids, like Atlantis type energy. There are some parts of spirituality that believe Atlantis on Earth was the first, the star seeds came from this water-based planet to Atlantis to start this new colony on Earth, and then the Martian people came and they were toxic masculinity, and then there was a war. You know, you can look into that on your own. But with this here, star seeds, so you know, this could be either, most twin flames are not earthbound. They are from angelic realms of, you know, different galaxies. But you know, take what resonates. If that is too strange and out there for you, you know, don't you know, just not skip over this part, but you know, take what resonates. Anyways, as a star seed, you long for home, but you can never quite find it. And that is because you're not from this earth, but you are here to create heaven on earth. You are here to pull in that divine energy from your home and bring it to earth to lift up the vibration. And with this, what lights you up, this part of your journey here is discovering who am I? You know, when you incarnate on earth, before you incarnate, you meet with your guides, you meet with the people that you'll meet, you meet with the karmics, you meet with, you know, your twin, you meet with your soulmates, and you all kind of come up with a plan of like, this is what I want to do in this lifetime, this is the lessons I need to learn, this is my role this lifetime. And then you come and you're born and you forget all about it. And you know, you go through your life learning these karmic lessons that pull you back to who you are. So part of your awakening here is you are breaking the chains and boundaries that you have been stuck within that were given to you by others, you know, ancestral. They aren't who you are. They aren't connected to your higher purpose. They are connected to curses and roles that don't resonate with you, and it doesn't resonate with New Earth, and you're here to break those. So discovering who you are, and part of that is, you know, in separation. You go into separation because the love between you and your twin is so strong that if you were to come together and everything was to work out magically, you wouldn't really be able to learn the lessons you have alone, and you wouldn't be able to discover who you are. You know, the purpose of your twin is not to complete you, it is to help you find your wholeness on your own, and then you can come and, like, you know, be a team together. So in separation is divinely guided, and it's not to cause pain. The pain is to have purpose, is to push you to heal and discover, you know, who you really are. Jeez. Okay, fine, I'll take all of them. Discover who you really are in your path in life. And then when you're healed and you love yourself and you're fine on your own, and you know what you want to do, and you're not going to be so overwhelmed by love that you forget your mission, that's when you come into union with your twin. And part of that is connecting with your masculine energy as a feminine. You know, your masculine energy is the leader, the one that makes plans, the one that decides where to go. You have that within yourself that you need to heal first before. You know, your masculine, physical masculine is nothing but an illusion, a manifestation of your inner masculine. If you don't trust your inner masculine, if you aren't healed, if you have wounds around masculine energy, that will be mirrored back to you through your twin. As you heal here and set boundaries around, that is not me, so I choose not to accept that. You can sit in my face and tell me that, you know, the only thing that I'm good for as a woman is cleaning, cooking, having babies, and being like a sex toy towards a man. Again, take it how it resonates. You can tell me that, or as a man, you can sit here and tell me that my only good as a man is to sacrifice my well-being for everybody else and to be a paycheck. I reject that though. That's not, you know, I'm a whole person with my own mission here and my own priorities. And because of, you know, just because that is your priority in life and that is what you were trying to put onto me, I don't have to accept that as, you know, who I am. I don't have to. I define myself. You don't get to define me. You can see me how you want to see me, and that's really more about how you feel about yourself than who I am as a person, you know. Star and Two of Pentacles. So Star, again, is healing. It is finding your mission here. destiny, it's fated events. It can also be like planetary astrology, astrological events here, again with Saturn and Jupiter in this card. That is going to be major, guys. This transit, this conjunction has not happened since the 1600s. It is going to be major. So healing, finding your purpose here. Two of Pentacles and then the Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is like juggling, it's not sure where to go, it's busyness. So it's, you know, it's usually the guy needs juggling too. So it's, you know, I'm trying to juggle my personal life and my professional life. I'm trying to do this and that. I'm trying to do this for this person and this for this person. And I have so much going on. I don't know what I really want, you know, but you're healing that here and you're setting boundaries around overgiving and you're finding what is really important to you, because we go from the Two of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles. So from busyness and juggling to a brand new beginning. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning in the physical realm. So it can be a new job, a new relationship, you know, money coming in. Page of Cups here, communication. Cups is water energy, so it's loving energy. So this could be, again, you connecting to yourself and your own inner child and healing childhood wounds here around love, like we talked about earlier with this, you know, healing patterns around love in your life that are connected to childhood, finding your purpose here, you know, letting go of things that don't fit into, because 1 to 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, breaking away from this busyness and juggling to find what are my priorities in life, what do I want to build with this new foundation here. Also, this can be your masculine, you know, your masculine, because your energy mirrors each other. So as you discover your inner power, your masculine will discover his inner power and your inner power, you know, seeing that you light your masculine's life up. They have learned their lessons with Saturn, and they know that to grow and expand and find luck in their life, it was really with you the whole time. They're seeing you as the one for them with the star. They were juggling people, you know, maybe juggling friends, juggling family, juggling different, you know, romantic partners here, but they've found that you're the one for them. You're the one they want a new beginning with, and they're going to be communicating love soon. Take it how it resonates. I get it. Yeah, the flame here. So there's been a fire that started both within you and within your masculine, and it's really because of you really showing out as a rock star here. The lady is a feminine energy. She has found her fire within herself. She's setting boundaries and not allowing others to take from her. So because you've set boundaries and you're not allowing other people to drain you of your manifesting power, of your light, you are using that all for yourself now, and you are, you know, shining. You're fired up. You're pulling in these manifestations. You have money coming to you here. It's always good news. Everybody likes money. You know, a lot of, part of like generational poverty is seeing money as bad. A lot of us that grew up in poverty around, you know, impoverished communities, you're taught that like to look down on people in a way that make money, like, oh, they're the man, they're a bad person because they have money, they don't care about their family because, you know, they have money and they hoard it. And you know, that can be true in certain cases, but just having money and wealth is not a bad thing. It's actually a blessing, and in the right hands, it can bless others, because people that are toxic masculine energy, people that are karmic in nature, want to dominate others, want to see other people as competition. So when they get money, they either, you know, hoard it and try to take more from others, or they buy like super fancy, like stupid cars, you know, or like a bunch of like jewelry or fur coats or designer, you know. It's really just to, as a status symbol, to show you that I'm better than you because of what I'm wearing and what I'm driving. And you know, that stuff really doesn't matter, especially as a spiritual person, you know. My goals in life are not to accumulate wealth so that I can rub it in other people's faces. My goals in life are to lead a life that is fulfilling, spiritually and emotionally. For me, my goals in life are to raise children that are leaders and are good people and can, help out their community, that know their gifts and are confident within themselves and they can help others. My goals in life are to pick up my community, to help others, to be a light to others, to share my gifts as God leads me. Those are my goals in life as a spiritual person. And money in the hands of somebody that has a heart that is good in nature and wants to help others. Dolly Parton, for example, if Dolly, those that aren't familiar with Dolly, she's from where I grew up. She's from my area. So everybody here loves Dolly because she took her town that she grew up in and she put a theme park there and she built it up. So now it's a tourist attraction. With this theme park, she brings a lot of money to the area now. It's a wealthy area now, as opposed to it was just a little mountain town that was poor before. Now, she's made it a tourism center. She's put a theme park there where people here that would not have normally been able to go to a theme park, one, because of prices, and two, because of location. It's an inexpensive theme park. It's a lot of fun. I grew up going there. It's 2 hours away from me. She brought fun to the area. She brought tourism to the area. She empowered her area just by building up Gatlinburg and the Smoky Mountains. She gave them a name. And she also gives all of her money away to charity. Owning a theme park, she could be a billionaire if she held on to her money. But every chance she gets, she donates and she donates and she donates. And, she still is just bright, shining light in the world. And she hasn't allowed the money that has came into her life to change who she is. If you watch an interview with Dolly Parton when she is young versus now, she's obviously grown and matured, but she's the same person. She's not sold out. She's never sold out. And I think that money in the hands of people like that want to build other people up, that want to give back, that's where the blessings come in. We've turned into a very toxic, masculine, capitalist society where the wealthy people hoard all the wealth. They focus on taking more wealth, taking from others, taking advantage of poor areas, taking advantage of areas that are desperate. We won't get into it. We won't get too political, but you know what I mean. Taking from others and dominating others and getting your status in life from, throwing money around. People like that, that's not where Spirit wants the money to go to. Spirit wants to give money to people that are connected to their heart, connected to their heart chakra, that are empathetic, that are sympathetic, that have the knowledge and skills to build other people up. That's really where money wants to go, and that's where it is going to go in New Earth. So, anyways, what were we talking about? No. Oh. Generational poverty. It comes with a feeling. I grew up in the poorest area in my state. It's very small. The only industry here was coal mining. Coal mining is, almost non-existent now, but the community has refused to let it go. And it's become a thing where they blame liberals. Not that, it's just not profitable to do coal mining anymore. It's hazardous. It is not good for the environment. It's just, it's business. It's not personal. But, people around here took it personally, had a hard time letting go of it. There is a feeling in this area and in all impoverished areas, all areas that, fell victim to capitalism, You know, somebody coming in, seeing the resources and taking the resources, and then once the resources dried up, they left those people, you know, to suffer in poverty. And, you know, it's the same in Michigan. Was it Detroit? Where they had the Ford, you know, that's where Ford started. I believe, was it Detroit? Was it? It wasn't Flint, was it? I don't know. I don't remember. The city in Michigan where, you know, they had Ford, and that's where the factory started, and they were American made, and, you know, that community was thriving. And then when they decided to start getting their parts made in other countries because it was cheaper in other areas, you know, this is just for memory, guys. I don't know if this is all, like, this is not history lessons. You know, when they found cheaper ways to make their parts, they kind of left the city, and now it's fallen to poverty. And with poverty comes drug problems. With poverty comes crime, because people are desperate, people are struggling, they're unable to survive, to make ends meet, so they resort to crime in order to pay their bills. You know, that's really more of a problem of poverty than it is they're a bad person. They're not a bad person in nature. They just want to feed their family, and you forced them, but this is the only way that they can. You know, this is the easiest way that they can. And, you know, in some cases where they're desperate, you know, that, anyways. Anyways, breaking those chains here, because when you grow up in these areas, sorry guys, chaotic energy, sorry, you are kind of taught to see wealthy people as they're not nice people, and they're stuck up, and they're snotty, and they think that they're better than everyone else. And it more so originates from a place of lack. You know, it's not really that somebody having money makes them bad. It's you feel bad not having money yourself, and you feel envious of people that have money. So instead of sitting with that feeling of, you know, I'm jealous that they have money, you have to make it, you know, people will logically try to make sense of it as, you know, I am a victim and they are, you know, causing this for me. So rather than, I don't have money and that sucks, it turns into people that have money are bad. Like, they have done this to me. And, you know, it comes from areas that have suffered because of oppression and had the resources taken from them, and then we're left, like I was talking about. You know, this happens in cities, this happens with genocide, you know, this happens, we see this all the time with Native tribes where, you know, this is their land that they were given, but, you know, now we're going to take a chunk of it, and now we're going to do this to it. You know, it happens. It's oppression. It happens everywhere. It happens to all types of people. You know, I think that we all can find ways in our life that we have experienced that. But it is different for people that grow up in wealth and grow up not worrying about money, to those that have grown up in areas where, you know, not everybody has electricity, not everybody has running water in their homes. You know, it's different. It's very different. And you grow up and you are taught to see people that have money as the enemy. So it can get it in your head that, one, you're never going to have money. Money is hard to come by. Money you have to fight for. And people that have money are bad anyway. So it creates this animosity towards wealth. And doing that, you know, you can't attract wealth to you if you have all of these hang-ups between, like, I can't have money, money is hard for me to get, I don't like money, I don't like people that have money. You know, it creates a hostile energy around money, and it makes it difficult for money to come to you. So, you know, you have this where it stays in generations of poverty. So, you know, that is by design in some cases, and that is by, you know, just the family has stayed in this area, so there are not a lot of jobs, there is bad education, it's isolated area. You know, that is a choice, but also having poverty, it is difficult to move when you don't have a lot of money, and, you know, you don't really want to leave where you're great-great-great-grandfather and grandmother, you know, originated from. You have history here. So, you know, that's one thing. And then there's also, you know, racial implications. We won't get into it, guys. I could talk about it a lot, but anyways, starting to recognize those ancestral patterns that no longer serve you. You know, money is not a bad thing. Money is a blessing, and money is a tool to use to help others. As you move out of, you know, I am not going to allow myself to be a victim of my circumstances and be a victim of what other people think of me and want me to be. I am going to stand in my power and create boundaries and start to soul search on what I want to do. As you heal these, God is going to bless you. No, wait, postpones, pause, say no. Why is no here, Spirit? Death here, transformation. Why is no here? The Moon, Two of Cups, the Empress, bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. Let me see. Why is no here? Yeah, this is either you feminine or your masculine here. Somebody is placing boundaries with somebody here. The key is like, you know, a key. So somebody is realizing that, you know, with key in the reverse is more so a block. There was a block in their life that was creating chaos. And they're learning now that it was from giving money to a snake. So this can either be you feminine or it can be your masculine's energy coming through. Somebody here is setting boundaries and saying no to others. And it's because they're realizing that there was karmic people in their life that were using them for money and resources, and that were in turn creating chaos in their life. So somebody is getting rid of karmic people here. With death, this is a Scorpio card. So an ending, this card is transformation, obviously. So somebody is transforming here. With the Moon, they're getting in touch with their emotions. And there's also, the Moon, it can also be secrets. So secrets are coming out about these people that brought chaos into their life and that, you know, acted like they needed help and needed their resources. I should just put this card out. But they're really snakes. So somebody, you know, has been revealed. There has been a transformation here. And secrets have come out. And somebody is, you know, breaking free from these patterns they've been in, from these relationships that have kept them down. And they are, it didn't come out. It was at the bottom of the deck. The 8 to the 2 of Cups. So choosing relationships that fill up their cup, that are relationships of giving and receiving. And then the Empress. So this is the divine feminine. So feminine, you are saying no to people that bring chaos into your life. And also your masculine is saying no to these karmic people as well. They're going through a transformation and realizing that, you know, their inner self, their emotional side was bogged down by this karmic energy where they weren't able to see before. Or maybe, you know, because there are storms, both of these. So this is a big, like, karmic storm here. So I take it as these karmics are getting, you know, storms, that the spells that they've been doing are backfiring now. They're seeing it physically. They are, whether you know it or not, their relationships are starting to fall apart. That spell work's backfiring. People are realizing who they really are. The mask is slipping. So because of that, endings are taking place. Secrets are being revealed. Also, you know, this moon that's coming up, this lunar eclipse, and then, you know, next month, this conjunction, big major shakeups are coming here. But anyways, connecting to your feminine energy is making you realize what you want, what you deserve. You're not in this overgiving. You're in your divine feminine energy now. And because you've come into your divine feminine energy and you are, you know, really lighting up, You are finding what lights you up. That is helping your masculine see you for who you truly are now, because these karmic energies are no longer able to create these storms of distraction, but also they're healing their feminine as well. So yes, that's the reading, guys. Sorry this is a really long reading. I just had a lot of channeling, so I hope this has been helpful. I will see you guys next Friday. Have a great week. Thank you so much. Bye.